Okay, this is going to be the step after we do our first wash. I will review, because this is a different picture than I showed you about how to do the first 1 or 2 washes, okay? What I've done here is put in the lightest colors in the picture, and also some of the underlying colors. And some of the light colors can be washed over the dark colors that come later. But this is the first step. So the second step that I want to show you is how to paint fur that doesn't look glued on. You want to keep everything soft in these first stages to get a realistic look. We think of, when we look at a photograph, the sharper the image, the more realistic it looks. Well, in painting, the sharper the image, the more fake it looks. Somehow it makes a painting look more realistic when there's a lot of softness. So in order to get a lot of softness, we use a lot of water. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab my big brush, because we still are in the early stages. In the early stages, remember, we were working with big washes, big brushes, covering a lot of territory on the paint, or on the painting. So I'm going to lay in some of the basic markings on the face, and I'll show you what you do with the water. First, you just take plain old clear water and you paint where you want your paint to go. For eyes, make sure you do not paint water into the eyes, because you don't want the paint bleaching into or leaching into the eyes. So I'm just going to get the whole surface wet here, carefully avoiding the eyes, okay? So we want to keep the colors in the eyes really pure and beautiful. And in order to do that, we've got to keep that area perfectly white, and we'll go back to that later. Okay, so see how I'm painting around the eyes? And I'm just going to put in some washes after I get all this moist. Okay? Yeah, at this stage you can really just get everything wet. You don't want everything too wet. If you get things too wet to where it's kind of puddly, then your paint is going to be out of control. You just want the paper moist. You want it to glisten a bit, but you don't want it to have puddles, okay? You can cheat a little bit, get a little bit of the water up just a little, okay? This will dry faster than you expect, okay? Now in my picture, I'm going to show you my picture.